What do I think of when I think of my daddy?
What comes to mind when I think about you?
When I think of Alan, what do I think about?
What do I think of Uncle Al?
What do I think of Uncle Al?
What do I think of when I think of Uncle Al?
What do I think when I think of Grandad?
What do we think of when we think of Grandad?
When I think of Ali,
One miserable old git.
I never liked him.
Yes.
His wins.
It is bad.
His dad's wins.
14th hole, remember that? Yes, he remembers that quite well. Woo!
Noise he makes.
Sandals with socks.
He's always the bartender.
As a baby and a toddler, following me around, saying, in.
I remember always like his little stories that he used to tell. Every time we got up there, he'd have about 100 new stories to tell of people he's met and things he's done.
I'm known locally by friends as Mr. Nostalgia because I'm always harping back to the 60s. I don't see anything wrong with that if they were happy times, and I'm sure you'll agree that they were very happy times.
Always climbed into my bedroom, and I don't know why. Maybe he had a fetish on bedrooms. Spoke to Jeff the other day, and he's got the accounts of the band. And my God, we spent a huge amount of money. And he found out that you owe us £2.11 and threepence halfpenny each. We've seen 4 of the members have died, who got away light.
We first met through Paul Stedman when I was about 16 or 17. In fact, 4 of us went, including Mick Sanger, up to Yarmouth on a holiday. Pleasant camp it was in Yarmouth. You may have called it Colditz. I think we were in a little hut with 2 bunk beds. I remember you as Big Al, as I was just a scrawny kid at the time and you were 5 years older and this hard rocker type. I realise now that you were a pussycat really, even more so when you met Sue.
I think of Streatham Youth Club, where we used to go and watch up and coming groups and comedy acts stuff, but it was always held in the gym, and you know how echoey the gyms are, and with Alan's booming laughter I used to slink down the chair and pretend I wasn't with him.
I often think back to some of the ridiculous things we got up to, and some of them quite dangerous too. I'll never forget though that when we used to play Don't Put Your Foot Down in Telford Road on our bikes, Mr. Delderfield's 3-wheel disabled car was in the way, and you actually physically moved it up the road by about 10 feet so we had more room to play in. Well done you.
And then I used to go up to him and say to him, will you buy me and my friend a Coke? And he'd say yes, and then he'd follow me around to get the change off of me. Tight git.
I often think back to other people who weren't necessarily in our gang, Alan. Remember Bobby Hunter, Derek Wilson and his sister Valerie, Paul Cowling and his brother David, Ray Beer, Tony Baker with a motorbike, who used to go up to Box Hill on a Tuesday night on the back of his bike, with others. Howard Seal, I think was another name, and Susan Thorpe, brother Jerry, and Ray Thorpe, his eldest brother.
We went on his bike down to the coast, which was good fun, until we had to come home. And coming home, he was going at 100 miles an hour, so you can imagine the scenery was all blurred, and there was nothing else for me to do, so I hung on tight and went fast asleep all the way home. And when we got home, we got off the bike as if we'd been riding a horse, so that was a bit scary. Also, we used to come down the lanes at Addington, and he used to take the bends up there quite low at high speed, and I was always frightened that I was going to scrape my knees on the road because he was leaning the bike over. But, you know, it was all good fun at the time.
I was training as a police officer at Hendon at the training school,
And on my graduation, I was allowed to invite family, so I invited Sue and Alan, my mum, and Sue's mum, my Aunt Flo. Anyway, they all came up to Hendon, where the training school was, and Alan had to go through security and everything to get in. And we had a lovely day, and then we went back to Sue's afterwards and had some drinks and stuff. And it was then I found out that Alan was actually disqualified from driving. So he's managed to get into the police training school, disqualified for driving, having no insurance. And so he was lucky not to get arrested, and I could have had the shortest career in the Metropolitan Police, probably in all time.
What do we think of when we think of Alan?
Well, it has to be sport.
Sport, for one thing. He plays about 100 sports.
All of his sport, obviously.
Snooker.
I think of golf.
Golf. He actually taught me golf.
Yeah.
I think of bowls.
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 The Bowls Club.
Bowls. Or balls.
What?
He plays bowls, doesn't he?
Oh, right.
Hope the bowling's going well. One day you'll have to teach me how to bowl.
He used to take us bowling, and I used to be absolutely terrible, so he tried to help me and get better. Didn't really work, but at least he tried.
Cricket.
Cricket. Cricket.
Cricket.
He taught me how to play cricket and snooker.
Darts. I remember when the Wiltshire lot came down to Barnfield.
Hello there, how you doing?
And we all were playing darts, and I got so drunk, and I was doing brilliantly because I obviously play a lot better when I'm drunk.
Talking about when all us lot came up to your house and done the garden fence, and we all played darts and sort of got drunk a bit on the Saturday night. I've been through my photo box, and I've got pictures of us doing the fence in your back garden. We all had a good time, thank you.
All the champions he's met in his day.
Wii Sports, because I remember we always used to play Wii Sports at their house.
Am I even going to mention Wii Golf? The amount of time I got more of a workout sitting up and sitting back down and getting up and sitting back down again, because I didn't realise the rules of golf, and I kept getting up because I thought it was my turn, and you're like, nope, it's my turn. We just go back and forth.
And it was always, you don't want to do it like this.
Oh,
you want to do it like that.
You don't want to do it like this, you want to do it like
Exactly.
that.
I was just thinking about you and all the things that I remember.
Parties.
Family parties.
Roast dinners round the table on a Sunday.
Now, I distinctly remember you guys having a garden party, as you always did. And little old me was sitting out in the garden, obviously had too many to drink, woke up I don't know what time, covered in dew, and you lot were still partying in the house you'd left me out there. Couldn't believe it. We had another party at our house, funny that. I got very drunk on either vodka and orange, or I think it might have been gin and tonic. I remember talking to one of my many boyfriends on the phone. Lo and behold, I felt sick. So I ran to your kitchen, puked in the sink, covered it up with a bowl, went back to the phone and carried on having a conversation with my boyfriend. I felt far better. I think I probably had another drink as well. Anyway, lo and behold, you guys get up in the morning, and what do you find? A little present from Carol. Aren't I lovely? And you are forever in my heart as a memory whenever I put on green, because whenever I used to come around to your house, you always had that same green shirt on. Hence the nickname Green Shirt. We'll always remember you by that.
We used to go, ow! And he would say, Dad to you, not ow. And I carried that on with my kids. So when my kids got hurt and go, ow, it's Grandad to you. So he taught me that.
We used to have like tea and biscuits in bed. I remember that, watching all the Saturday morning cartoons.
And then as we started to get bigger and older, we'd still get into tea bed with tea and biscuits, to the point that Grandad then had to leave. He had to start leaving.
All his travelling stories too. That's another one of the reasons why I'm out here, especially in Sydney. It's a lovely little place, and I've got to try and explore everywhere he's gone as well.
Me and Carl and Jack were at Nan and Grandad's for a weekend or whatever. We were at dinner, and Nanny had made us a stew and dumplings, and we were eating the meal. We got towards the end of the meal. Something inside me made me steal his last dumpling. His face. I'll never forget that.
I remember we always used to go to Lisa and Cos pantomimes, and he used to shout at everyone on stage and heckle them all the time. It was always him. And after the show, they'd always go, "Who was that guy?" Yeah, and it was like, "Oh, it's our granddad." That used to make me laugh.
Yeah, it always made me laugh.
You always make me smile. You always make me laugh.
How much he makes me laugh, how much he cracks me up.
It used to make me laugh, it used to make me cry sometimes with laughter. You've always been the life and soul of any party, and I'm sure today won't be an exception.
He always likes to bring a smile to people's faces.
With a great sense of humour. Heaven knows where that came from. But anyway.
Because you haven't got one.
I'll always remember you too, Alan, for your laugh. Very, very contagious.
Chuckling. Who's had that chuckle?
If there was a contest between Boise from Halls and Horses and you, Boise's laugh would come a very poor second, I'm afraid.
With his exaggeration of how much he's forced to work by Nan.
But after all these years, I wouldn't change him, bless him.
The way he is, or the way he treats us, you know, what he's taught us all. And
He gives me all these different stories. He gives me all these different things that he's done in his life, and made me want to do very similar.
Thinking about you makes me think about the man I've always wanted to be.
He's my granddad, he's my hero, and
He used to look after us as kids. He used to really, really look after us.
I wanted to be just like him growing up, and I definitely wouldn't have half as many stories to tell if it wasn't for him. So big thank you to him.
I think about the unwavering love and support you've always given me. Someone who's always been there when I need them, no matter what. But he used to take us anywhere. He used to be a bit of a father figure for us, you know what I mean, as kids, because obviously my dad wasn't around because he was working, but he was always there for giving me advice.
I remember he'd always talk about, like, you know, life advice, like with my job, like financial advice. He's always up for trying to help out and give you the best advice possible as to what you should do, how you should be. And he's really respectful. You know, we have great conversations about that. It's just helped me a lot to like know what to focus on, know what's important in life, and sort of what direction to head in.
It gives me the courage to be who I am.
I'm so thankful for you, for everything you do. He's always been there.
You've been a good mate for all these years.
There's loads of good things I could say about you, but do you know what? There's not enough room on the video.
Myself and the girls wish you all the best, and we're going to crack open a bottle for you and have a toast.
You're a very special man, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud to call you my dad.
Just love and laughter, that's what we think of when we think of Al.
The most amazing person I've ever met in my life.
He's a lovely grown-up brother.
Alan, my favourite man in the world.
We love you, Al, we really do.
Thanks for just always being there. Thank you for always making everyone laugh all the time.
Thank you for being so proud of me, cheering me on at every step of the way.
You've always been there for me, through thick and thin, through good times and bad times. You've always been there, you and Mum. And you don't know what that means to me, so appreciate that.
You mean the world to me, and I appreciate, respect, and most of all, I love you so, so much.
Man, I love you lots.
Love you to bits, and I'll always be your daddy's girl.
You are best granddad that any granddaughter could ask for.
I think you will agree that sums it up in the truth of everything. Cheers, mate. Have a great day. Bye-bye from Eric.
80 years, who would have thought?
Congratulations on reaching the big 80. I'm sure you don't look a day over 79.
You don't look a day over 79.
Oh, what a ripe old age. I knew you'd get there. You've got another at least 20, 30 years inside of you yet.
A happy 80th birthday to you. Cheers.
I wish you a very happy birthday. Stay safe, stay well.
We're thinking of you and hope you have a smashing birthday.
Happy birthday, Alan.
Happy birthday, good luck in the future, happy 80th. Bye.
Have a nice day.
Have a fabulous birthday.
Happy birthday. We hope you have a lovely time with your friends and your family.
Happy birthday, my big brother from a different mother.
Happy birthday, my darling.
And happy 80th birthday. And I hope you have a great day.
But I love you and I miss you, and I hope you have an amazing birthday. Happy 80th, Uncle Al.
I just want to wish you an amazing happy birthday, mate.
Have a fantastic birthday.
Say happy 80th birthday.
Enjoy yourself, my friend.
I hope you have a wicked 80th birthday and hope you have many more. Love you, mate.
Happy birthday, my lovely. Love you loads, and I will see you, I hope, one day very soon. Love you. Bye.
Happy birthday, Alan.
Happy birthday, Alan. Have a great day and behave yourself. Take care. Bye.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Junior Alan. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Pops. Have a wonderful day.
So happy birthday, darling. Love you loads.
Have a great birthday. Love you so much. Mwah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandad.
Happy birthday, Alan.
Grandad.
Cheers!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dad. Have a great day. Cheers.